So there it is, guys. There's the letter. There is the message to Twitter from Elon Musk saying, "Hey, how about I just take this off your hands, huh? How about I'll do you a favor, and you know what? This Twitter thing, I see that it's bothering you, causing you much consternation. What if I do? I just take it off your hands. You don't have to worry about it anymore. I got this. I got this covered. Welcome everybody to the Morning Rumble. I know. I look so little there. Much better. Tony Katz, great to be with you here on the Morning Rumble, presented by the absolutely fantastic people at Americans for Prosperity. Boom! AmericansForProsperity.org. You got to check them out. Let's go back to it. This is the letter right here. There's a little bit bigger. And it reads, I'm going to read this to you. To Brett Taylor, chairman of the board. I invested in Twitter as I believe in its potential to be the platform for free speech around the globe. And I believe free speech is a societal imperative for a functioning democracy. Not everybody believes this. Just take a look at some of the tweets from Max Boot and the political left and, anybody else who is pretty sure you and I shouldn't have a say in anything. However, writes Elon Musk, since making my investment, I now realize the company will neither thrive nor serve the societal imperative in its current form. Twitter needs to be transformed as a private company. As a result, I am offering to buy 100% of Twitter for $54.20 per share. That comes out, just so you know, to $43 billion. A 54% premium over the day before I began investing in Twitter, and a 38% premium over the day before my investment was publicly announced. My offer is my best and final offer, and if it is not accepted, I would need to reconsider my position as a shareholder. Elon Musk concludes, Twitter has extraordinary potential. I will unlock it. Now, most people are cheering and hooping and hollering all over the place about good for Elon Musk. We get Trump back on Twitter and screw the left and all this stuff. Can everybody take a breath and stop playing in the low-hanging fruit? Can we get to some serious stuff here for like 5 minutes? Twitter's worth $43 billion. If you've got $43 billion, why can't you just start something? You mean the Twitter brand is so absolutely great and so unbeatable, so impenetrable that it requires a $43 billion purchase? I got a hard time with that. I'm asking questions. Look, when you have $300 billion, you can spend $43 billion. I don't make an argument about this. I'm saying, doesn't it seem odd? Doesn't it seem off? Doesn't it seem, oh, good Lord, doesn't it seem a little bit strange? $43 billion? What could be made for 20? You know, I've argued, and I put this on Twitter many times, that what I want to see from Elon Musk is a server farm. I think that's where he should put his money. Invest in server farms, build out server farms, and let people build platforms there. That would be the most helpful thing. But I can't stop the man. The man wants to go about buying Twitter. He can. I'm not about to stop him. I'm asking a question. Is it worth $43 billion? And my answer is no. What the hell are we talking about? $43 billion? Are we all criminally insane? Of course not. Of course it's not worth that. But as we all know, something is worth whatever it is people are willing to pay for it. That's why the world of NFTs is so absolutely amazing. If someone's willing to pay a couple $1 million for some some ape coin, well then go ahead. Knock yourselves out. Have a good time. It's your money. I don't tell you how to spend it. I'm willing to buy $250 cigars. People think I'm nuts. Now, it's not up here now, but I sometimes have a bottle of Old Forester birthday bourbon up here, the 2021, on the tertiary market, right? Third markets, the underground markets, which you're not allowed to sell on. Don't do that. I could get $1,000 for it. It's a $1,000 bottle of bourbon. I should just sell it. Oh, hell no. I'm drinking that mother like you wouldn't believe. I would easily spend $250 on a cigar if it gave me an experience. Of course I would. So, you're dealing with different numbers. and you want to spend 34 billion, you can. I'm curious to see where he thinks the potential is, what he thinks the upside is, to creating a value greater than that. That's the thing I don't know, but he could have a vision I don't, or he could not care. Now, this, Eric, so we're clear, is never going to happen. And I'm not mad at Eric. Eric, I'm not mad at you. I get why people do this. But I like to look at this from the sheer economics and wait till I turn it over. Wait till I flip to the other side, because that one's more fascinating. He is not going to hand it to Donald Trump. That's not happening. Trump created Truth Social. He wants to have his own. Does this put a wrench in the works for anybody who's created a competitor to Twitter? Absolutely, it could. And that's the part that matters. What if he doesn't hand it over to Trump? What if he buys it and still says Trump is not allowed on the platform? Is anybody going to put this into consideration? I have nothing against Elon Musk. I want to know why it is I'm supposed to trust him emphatically. You'll show me by your actions what you're doing. Go do. Let's see what you got. But total trust? You mean the guy who has a Tesla dealership in Hubei province? It's Hubei, right? He has it in Wuhan, doesn't he? Who's still willing to do work in China? Am I supposed to trust Tim Cook next? Everybody just slow down a step. Just a bit. I love this conversation, but I want to see the results before I start getting into a level of idol worship. And he isn't handing the thing over to Trump. That is just not happening. Now, maybe that's it, Cody. He's enjoying watching these progressives explode. But don't worry, he's going to do something to make you explode as well. And I will say to you, this thing that we all agree on, you and me, Cody, and Eric, right? The thing we all agree on, guys, is that the left has gone nuts. They've gone back crap crazy. They really believe that Twitter is theirs and theirs alone. Social media is theirs and theirs alone. Only they know how to protect free speech. They truly, truly believe this stuff. It's kind of incredible. And it's everything we always knew about them. We knew this was the case. We knew this was who they are. They believe that they know best. By the way, that's the markets right now. Dow is up 105. Wait, that's the futures. Hold on. I gotta update that. Sorry. There we go. Dow is up 128. NASDAQ is down 132, just so you know what's going on. That the left believes that they control this stuff. That's the part that freaks them out, that they might lose control. They don't believe in losing control. That's why you had Robert Reich, the former labor secretary under Bill Clinton, writing in The Guardian, what a terrible person Elon Musk is, and he can't be trusted. It was an anti-free speech screed. You've got people like Max Boot screaming that you need to have controls on social media. You can't just have people saying what they want to say. I mean, that is unfreaking believable. Unbelievable. And people are like, if you're going to buy Twitter, why don't you just buy a university? Let's have more than Hillsdale out there. I do love it. Please don't get me wrong. I do love it. I am just not willing to just throw in 100% and say everything Elon does is great, because let's see. Let's see. And if people are upset that Twitter might fall into enemy hands, and oh my gosh, how are we going to speak now? Where are we going to go now? We can't be on Twitter. May I suggest you learn to code? But this is all not the part that really moves me, guys. This is not the part that moves me at all. Here's the part that moves me. Here is the part that I think is extremely, extremely important. As we see the offer right here, $43 billion, so it can be transformed as a private company. Here's the question. Can Twitter say no? Follow me on all of this, all the mathematics. This will take about 65 seconds. Let's go. Twitter when they got the word that Elon Musk had purchased 9.2% of the stock, they offered him a spot on the board, which Elon Musk famously turned down. Why? Because as a board member, you could only capture about 14.5% of the stock, and you would have a fiduciary responsibility to the company, not to hit at the company, not to attack the company, not to denigrate the company. You're not allowed to do those things. He would be held to a standard. So Elon Musk said, no, I'm not going to join the board, obviously thinking that this buy would take place. But if now they have brought up the concept of fiduciary responsibility in this market with this inflationary pressure, how in the world do you turn down $43 billion? How in the world does the board of directors turn down a $43 billion offer and not incur massive lawsuits from shareholders and stakeholders everywhere? Elon Musk has put Twitter into a no-win. Take the money or be destroyed. That is the part to me that is fascinating. That you are forcing them to say yes or to suffer the consequences that don't even come from you, because you still have the $43 billion that you can put into anything else. The move here from Elon Musk is sensational, and I have to assume fully intentional, because I believe he is smart enough to do this, that he forces Twitter to sell or be ruined. And there are going to be people out there from the political left who cheer that Twitter doesn't sell. And when they get lawsuit after lawsuit, they're going to say, why in the world should they have to sell just for these shareholders? Don't they know that it's not just about shareholder profit? Tell that to all the companies that Nancy Pelosi gets to invest in because she gets some inside information for being in Congress. Not about shareholder profit. Oh, people are going to sue everywhere. And you're going to see just exactly how ideological these people are. I honestly don't know how they say no. I don't know how they do it. If you listen to Tony Katz today at noon, I had a conversation with Ron Brumbarger, who is a CEO in Indianapolis, who sold a tech company. As I said, not as much money as Elon Musk, but still doing all right. And so talked about how they say no. And he's like, I don't know how they say no. You got to listen to the interview at WIBC.com at noon. I don't know how they say no. I don't know how they do it. And neither do I. Neither do I, without getting just absolutely, totally wrecked. Now, this is a funny one. Yes, Elon Musk is South African, right? So he will be the African-American owner of Twitter. How could they say no to him? You want to live in the world of crazy? Crazy will come back and punch you directly in the face. That's what crazy does. Crazy punches in the face. It doesn't even look for other body parts. It's just like, boom. That's it. That is all there is to it. Elon figured out a way. See, I don't think it was a hard figure, right? He didn't invent something here. He just went about a system. And yes, he built out the system. He probably said, why not just buy the thing, and then reverse engineered himself? That would be my guess in how he did it. I'm telling you, I don't know how they say no. I absolutely don't know how they say no. But this is true, Eric, because the left has gone nuts. It's why we're starting to see positive movements in the mindset of the general public. Now, never confuse two things. It doesn't mean that the general public is as to the political right as you may be. And I may not know you, Eric, so I'm just supposing that. But it means that they're not this. There was a piece. Do I have the story still up? If I have the story still up, I will. I want to share it with you, and it's about the ratings over there at MSNBC, and how absolutely horrific the ratings are over at MSNBC. They're awful. They are just falling apart, falling down ratings. I don't think I have it. I don't have it, guys. I'm so sorry. That the ratings that you're getting, the ratings they're seeing, is they're down 48% overall from their highs a year ago, or just from a year ago, not even from their highs. And in the 25-54 demographic, they are down 60%. So instead of 217,000 viewers in the 25-54 demo, they're getting 87,000 viewers. And what I take from that is as follows. There were never 217,000 progressives. There were 87,000 progressives watching MSNBC. These other people were just bothered by Trump or couldn't believe it and couldn't listen to any more crazy. And all right, I'll watch MSNBC and we'll get somebody new. And then Biden got into power and they've seen it a year and a half and they're like, well, holy hell, we didn't vote for this crazy. That's correct. They didn't vote for their kids to be called racist. They didn't vote for the wokeness. They didn't vote to be called racist themselves. They didn't vote for Disney to be nuts. They didn't vote for the nonsense transgender conversation about allowing children to make their own medical decisions. That's the nonsense. They didn't go for any of this. They didn't want any of this. They didn't want inflation to be this number. They didn't want gas prices to be this high. They didn't want their family out of work or wondering how they're going to run their small family business. They didn't want any of it. And they said, I can't watch this garbage anymore. Joy Reid calling me a bigot 24/7. I'm just trying to live my life and raise my kids for the love of God. So I think that what you're talking about there is that people are saying we're never the thing. They're realizing how bad a lot of these people on the political left are. And they're saying, we want no part of that at all. No part of that whatsoever. I know very little about the proceeding against Facebook, Larry, about that lawsuit. I know very, very little about it. So we've been busy. I have more studying to do. In the meantime, I'm on the road, and tomorrow is Passover, so I will not be here tomorrow. We'll be back on Monday. I'll be on the road and I'll be preparing for Passover. So that's just so you know what's going on. But I love the questions. I love that you're here. Make sure you are subscribed. Rumble.com/Tony Katz. Rumble.com/Tony Katz. And my thanks to AmericansForProsperity.org. AmericansForProsperity.org for helping us get this done and getting this on there. And I agree with you, Joel. There's got to be a business plan here. I agree. And if he gets to buy it, he gets to buy it. And if he doesn't get to buy Twitter, he'll start his own. Because now the appetite is there. And he could break Twitter in two, and Twitter's going to deal with a whole bunch of lawsuits for not taking $43 billion in this environment. I honestly don't know how they turn the deal down. How do you turn down this deal? I'm not crazy, right? It's freaking impossible for them to turn this down. That's my take. That is my take right there. Also, don't forget locals.com, TonyKatz.locals.com. We've got some very cool things going on over there as well. Be sure to check that out. And an Undercrown sun-grown this morning. Fine work. Undercrown Jewish State, right? People bring you Liga Privada. It's what they would call their step under. They've just happened to do an excellent job with it. I don't know if I'd be a sun-grown in the morning, but look, your palate, you live your life. I think that's completely and totally fine. We will catch you on Monday. Have a wonderful Passover. Have a wonderful Easter, and I will catch you then. Take care, guys.